playing guitar fun? Is this something that you should do? Should you learn? Should you let others do it? I've always thought if you're interested enough, you'll stick it out and you'll learn it. I've seen bands live when I was a young kid, really young, and I seen them up close. And having that music come out at you so close, the drum, the guitar, the electric guitar, the bass, the voice, it did something to me. When I was growing up, I never had nothing but like a junky, crappy stereo, and the fidelity wasn't nowhere near what it is today. So when I seen something live, I said, wow, they are really sounding great. That's music. It changed my life. I wanted more. I couldn't stop watching. Just the hit of a cymbal, I waited for it as they were setting up the drum kit in like a small living room of my sister's house. I have two sisters. One never did anything with music. The other one, she used to sing and play guitar, and it was country music. So I grew up in the early 70s. I know, I'm old. And music hit me differently when I seen it in a tiny living room. And they did it together. It was like something I've never heard. The energy created, everyone doing something in unison that was different. Someone keeping a beat, someone bringing some low notes on the bass, another person playing the melody on guitar and some leads like it's speaking. Fascinating. I was glued. So my other sister must have seen this and seen how glued or how much I was into it. I don't know if parents just watch their kids and kind of see what they're really interested in. I got really fortunate with my other sister who didn't do music. She was older than me. She worked at a place called JCPenney. JCPenney, I guess, paid her enough to where, I don't know what it was. I think it was my birthday. Yeah, and they hid the guitar at a neighbor's house, and I used to visit that neighbor, and I seen the box as a square rectangular slashed box, but you never think of guitars in. I never saw it coming. I never thought that my sister would. I never thought I was getting a guitar. I didn't get much as a kid. We were poor. That was an expensive gift. So when my birthday came, I couldn't believe it. I was so excited, and it did something to me just because I never had such a great interest, and then a piece of it was on me. That guitar was for me to enjoy. So I can't really relate when it comes to today. If you're, I got mine really early when I didn't see music, so I'm looking at things different. I didn't have YouTube. I had the radio, didn't even have cassette player, didn't have, like, my mom had some records, I think, and being a really young kid, and I'm under 10 probably, or like 9, I think, 9 or 10, I don't know. It did something to me to where it was neat. It had strings. Oh, she had bought me a little amplifier and a cord, everything I needed. I didn't know how to play it, but it made noise when I plugged it in. And I was into, trying to figure things out. That's kind of my nature. I always looked at things, played with little Hot Wheel cars in the mud, and we played Soldier, Army, and things like that. This is back before Star Wars came out. We're going back a long time ago. So I learned the hard way. For you guys who are starting nowadays, who have a phone, you have that thing that is right there that says, you can YouTube it, you can find out. You can just look and say, yeah, I'll just watch this guy and do what he says. And you can. But who teaches you musicality? What gives you that thirst? I had a big, huge thirst when it hit me, and there was no other choices out there to play or do. Nowadays, everything's entertainment. Everything is entertaining. I think you got to pick what you want and just define it more. I think, for Alzheimer's patients, you don't want to give more than two decisions. Like it becomes too hard. So I think nowadays, that mentality plays a little bit. I don't know. But I think if I'm given too many decisions and it's always available, I don't know if I'll pick up and do it. So I have a different recipe on what it takes to learn guitar, how hard it is. I think everybody can learn how to play if you have mobile fingers, arms, things that move, and don't have a handicap. And I think if you're watching this video, I think you can find out that you do have the potential. I'm optimistic that you can learn some things. But here's the one thing I've noticed, teaching to some friends and some people over the years. It's a motivation game. The game is simple. How motivated are you to learn? Everything in life is challenge and then success and reward. You succeed, whatever it is. Some people, there's not enough reward in it. They don't know where it's at. You gotta find a way to reward yourself. And playing music is somewhat two different ways maybe to look at it. One is, am I a show-off? Some people might look at it that way. It fits them perfect. Other people just say, like myself, I'm more of it's a community. I like to play music with others and together and more. It's harder with more. Every time you add a person, whatever that might be, another guitarist, usually not a big thing. A singer, not a big deal. When you add drums, as long as everyone knows what they're doing, understands the concept, fundamentals, it's easier. So let me take all this back. It's motivation. I think you can play. I think you can do it. I think there's too many choices to hit buttons and it comes to you. Do you want to do something that is different? A stringed instrument. Do you want to learn the fundamentals? Do you want to put the time in it? It's time. People are out of time. You're working hard. And then where do you put your time? Back then, I think I was a little bit more fortunate for me. I've seen people learn, pick up while they're extremely busy. I have a friend, close friend, extremely busy all the time. He's a busybody. And he makes time. He carves it out every day. A few minutes a day. I don't know. It's like maybe he puts an hour or two in it. He might do it 2-3 times a week. In 2 years, the guy can play a lot. He's actually in my band. The guy is really good. He's got some other tics of I think it's stage fright. I think it's embarrassment that makes him lock up in the beginning, but he remembers everything. And he's got soul. His soul comes out in music. He has the it factor, but everyone lacks something. I lack things when it comes to music. It's crazy. Everyone has a hang up, but don't get into that mindset. I think if you have a winning attitude, success, and other people that I've taught are doers. They own their own businesses, even kids. You just don't know what motivates someone. Motivation comes hard for some. Others, it comes easy. I think if you struggle with guitar, I think you struggle with other decisions that are more important, because I think you can do it. It's just time. And the desire to say, is this reward big enough? You go to work, provide a shelter for yourself, you buy yourself a car and things to get through the world, and that's its reward. But when it comes to other things like hobbies, interest, it has to reward you good enough. Will music reward you fast enough or good enough? I think that's where musicians are made. Somehow they just might put it down for a year, 6 months, or 2 years, or longer, and then come back and revisit it because of the foundation of thinking of other life successes, and life slows down. If life slows down, it gives you more time, and some people, that's all they have to do. They have time. They work 40 hours, come straight home. Other people want to experience a lot of other things. I don't know what it's going to take for you. Don't know where you're going to get it. Everything has to line up. It's like anything else. But you can learn to play. I'd recommend going to see live bands, getting closer to the stage, pay attention. Equipment makes a difference. Learn about equipment. I think if that's your thing, if you're a guy who's into technical things like I am, the technology will help keep you inspired to play too. Some people just need one guitar, just one. No matter how it sounds, it just sounds good to them. And that's it. They just play it and they make great with it. They don't need 10 guitars, 20 guitars and go to the stage. Everyone has a different approach, but whatever makes it fun, guys. Buy you an acoustic guitar. If you have any questions, I'll get back to you. Leave them in the comments section below. Hit like if you like this. I'm hoping to help somebody out there. Just do it.